What's up guys, it's Seawolf. I'm going to go over this Leatherman signal. This is a really cool piece of kit. It's a little bit weighty. It weighs about 7.5 ounces or nearly half a pound, but it has a ton of useful tools on it that in the end, if you carried them individually, would be a lot heavier. So what I want to go into first is to show you guys kind of how this gets carried. I don't carry this on my side every single day. It mainly stays in my kit, and then if I go outside, I'll run my belt through this. But I put it in this little holster it comes with, and on the side it has a little nylon loop that I put a large ferro rod in so it doesn't get lost, and just wrap this around it so it can't go anywhere. On the inside's where I keep the actual Leatherman. And then I bought, for I think it was maybe $20, this little bit set that comes with tons of bits. I highly suggest getting this. Super useful. It's got Phillips, flatheads, Torx bits, square bits. These right here are some Allen heads. So check this out. Even though these things aren't really square, really thick, the way they did the geometry, they can be thin and still go into a good Allen head hole. And then it also comes with a tiny screwdriver for like glasses, but unfortunately the Leatherman signal can't accept those bits. So highly suggest these. Move those to the side. So the reason that I picked this one over the other Leathermans, because if you've researched on their website, there's a lot of similarities between the Leathermans, but this one has a couple of things that I don't believe is on any other Leatherman, and really has that intention of being a survival tool or the only tool you have on you kind of thing. I really hope that scenario never happens, but I'll be honest, that's kind of why I bought this. It was just cool. It's just cool to know that if you have a tool on you and somebody needs help, working on something, you've got the bits you need. If somebody wants to make a little fire, you've got it. It's just an all-in-one tool. Whereas the other Leathermans are more mechanic based, this is more of a camper's tool. So I thought this was really, really cool. So what separates it is it has this hammer, which is very useful. There's not a lot of the Leathermans with a hammer. It's got a lot of metal going up through here to make that super sturdy. You'd be surprised how often you use this hammer. It has a bit driver hole. So I've got a bit right here to show you guys what I'm talking about. You basically can just put in a normal 1/4 inch bit and tighten things up with a little bit more torque. I mean, you're getting a couple inches of power right there. So the thing that separates it is this knife sharpener right here. And this right here, I believe, is why it's called the signal. This piece right here is a piece of plastic that's holding a ferro rod. So you can scrape this ferro rod with the back of the saw, which is super sharp. The back of it's very sharp. Start your little fire. And then it's also got a whistle. So it's super, super useful if you needed to flag somebody down. That's kind of the intention of this multi-tool. And you can see from the color on it, I use this a lot for ferro rods. It works fantastic with a full-size ferro rod. So obviously a larger ferro rod is going to be easier to start a fire with, but this is a heck of a lot better than rubbing two sticks together. So it also has a knife on it. I wish it was a full plain edge, but I understand why they did serrated. In a survival situation, you had to cut some rope. Serrated edges are much better at that kind of thing. That's really all that it has on the outside. When you open it up, it has pliers, some replaceable cable cutters, the awl and can opener, so an awl can opener. Also this little bit holder basically that locks in using this locking system they have. You can see that piece right there. When this comes back, there's a groove right here that locks. You can see there. And this is solid as crap, you guys. And these bits just go in there really easily, and there's a little spring steel clip in there. You can kind of see it. That allows you to keep these things in there without coming out. And like I said, that's what these bits are for. So that's what's on the inside. And then one of the other things that made me want to get this Leatherman is because I'm not crazy about when you pull these out of your pocket and them doing this kind of deal. So what I did is I picked the one that has this little mechanism you can see right here. when you click it down like this, it makes it where it can't come out. I hope you guys can see. It's basically just a small little clip that goes over this piece of metal and keeps this thing from coming apart, which is super cool, very useful. So I know this was a pretty quick review. I didn't give a lot of specs on metals and things like that. Just in general to explain what this is for. This is an all-in-one camping tool. So this is not going to be for like a mechanic. It does have some weight to it. So if you're an ultralight guy, you may not want to carry this, but the objective of this is if you only have one thing on you, this supplies you with a lot of the stuff you're going to need. You got a saw, a knife, a way to make fire, an awl for working some leather or hide, things like that, a knife sharpener, which is underrated. You know, what good is a knife if it's not sharp? So that's why I love this Leatherman. I love the little case it comes with. You can run some tools through these sides. So I highly suggest this for you guys kits. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, please subscribe. And I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.